Figure. What's up, everybody? It's your favorite bringer of dreams, favorite nerd, Mr. Sandman. Don't worry about it. And today we are looking at the Build A Figure from the recent Marvel Legends Spider-Man wave, Sandman. A couple different options here. I may go over them all at some point in the video. I had to see kind of how I feel. I'm not sure if I have a skit today either. I'm a little under the weather today, but we're going to get it done. So, you know, people like to see me put the figure together to see how easy or difficult it is. And if you drop the head on the floor, it's more difficult than usual. But let's go ahead and... Well, we're not off to a good start now, are we? Don't think I'll be swapping out the head for pictures, I can tell you that. Let's see here. We got this fist. Why is it not? There you go. Alright. And this one. That was relatively painless. And then we'll do one leg. Yeah, these legs. Pain. Well, look at the difference in the ports. I guess that's to show you what leg goes where. Interesting. I don't feel like they've always been that way. So this fat one, so to speak, is giving me some trouble. But there. Not the easiest one to put together. It would be easier with a little, you know, hot air on that unit or hot water. But let me get him cleaned up. We'll take a look at him. Okay, alternate accessory wise, he comes with this head, which is really cool, and the sand is painted really well. It looks like it's washed, man. It looks like it might be dry brushed. I can't tell. It looks really good though, and the sculpt is really interesting. Is that focused? All the face sculpt looks good. The teeth are painted well. The eyes are painted well. The hair is sculpted well. Really, really nice job. He's got like the little chin sand beard. Looking good. I like this. Pretty smart. Comes with this alternate hand, which is like a mace. Same sort of paint, and I can tell on this one is definitely a wash. But it works, right? Like it shows the depth. It gives it much more of a three-dimensional feel. So, kudos. And then one of the, like, you know, sledgehammer sand bricks. Same detailing, all the little roughage is all sculpted and stuff. So that's cool. It's really thoughtful. And now we'll talk about this guy. So the head is on a ball joint, as you saw, and it's just a single ball joint. So the articulation is a little limited. I'm not sure why they did that, but up to there, down to there, and then the swivel. Nice face sculpt, and it is painted well with the eyes, the whites, and on the teeth and so forth, and the hair is painted relatively clean. The hair is a bit darker on this one than it is on this one, but all in all, still looks pretty good. Moving down the figure, you do have an ab crunch, and the shirt is all painted very clean. I like the fade in, especially into the sand. It works really well on the arms, but all the stripes are done quite nicely. No collar sculpted, that's kind of a bummer, but I think it's ultimately fine. Ab crunch gets you down to there, 2 clicks. No? Yeah, maybe. No, because I think that's the natural position. So 1, and then back 1. Or back 2. You know, actually, that might be a mistake, because it looks like they have the stripe painted when he's actually clicked down 1. So if you want him kind of standing straight up, the stripe is going to be off. That might irritate you. I mean, it's not too big of a deal. You just bring it down 1 to pose him, and he looks more intimidating that way anyway, so it kind of works, but it's something interesting to think about nonetheless. And then we have the waist swivel with the floating belt piece with the silver painted on, and that all works well. For the shoulders, they're disc hinged and they peg in, so at the peg it swivels 360, and then the shoulder gets you way past, well, not way past, but I would say significantly past 90 degrees. So that's nice. Bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, but it gets you 90 degrees. Wrist swivel and hinge. And I love this hand sculpt with like the sand, like, you know, you can do one of these numbers, I'm gonna get you. And then you got like the sand like coming towards, you know, the hero. That's really cool. I dig that. And then same on this side, except it's a fist, but you got the same sort of effect on the knuckles, which is nice. So we have universals for hips. They get you up to there and then out to there. So that actually works surprisingly well. This is the Absorbing Man mold for the most part. So, I mean, we've looked at this before. Same for the other side. Double jointed knee. That works fine. A little bit past 90 degrees. And then we have an ankle tilt down. This, not really anything up because of the sculpt of the pants. And then the rocker. So it's a pretty good Sandman, you know, all things considered. It's not setting the world on fire, but I think it's a solid effort. I love all the sculpt work in the pants. I've loved it in the past. It is, whenever they do these universal type joints, they do look a bit bulbous, which is not my favorite thing in the world. But, you know, on a shelf, Marvel Legends collection is definitely a quantity over quality type of collection. So on the shelf with a couple figures in front of them, it doesn't bother you in the slightest. There is a size comparison with him in Black Suit Spidey. So I think that's a pretty good size for Sandman. And there he is with the SDCC Sandman. Now, it's nice that the SDCC Sandman came with the regular hands, you know, but, I mean, in every other regard, the regular retail one blows that one out of the water. And I guess we'll talk more about that in final thoughts, but I'm not sure that should be the way it should be, I guess. Final thoughts-wise, I think it's a really solid effort. It's a bummer. Let's talk about the bummers, okay? So it would have been nice to have the shirt collar sculpted. It would have been nice to have a ball hinge at the neck. It would have been nice to have a little bit more articulation in the feet. It would have helped with the stability, especially with those heavy upgrades to put on the hands. And, I mean, the other, you know, the elephant in the room is that, you know, a lot of people paid for the exclusive, including myself. And, you know, it definitely belittles the exclusive, and it definitely takes away your incentive to buy exclusives when they're just going to be packaged and slightly altered and re-released. You know, why should you go out on a limb to, you know, put forth the extra money and effort into a quote-unquote exclusive? Now, I get that it makes it available for people that couldn't get the exclusive. I get that. I totally do. I appreciate it. But the problem is that, you know, the exclusive market is going to dwindle if these tactics continue. You know, because why are people going to invest in premium prices and for a product that's ultimately going to see, you know, a retail release? And, you know, more often than not end up kind of shelf warming on a peg at Target, you know? So I think they need to think about their tactics a little bit in that regard. I think exclusive should be exclusive. At the same time, I don't think a character like Sandman should be an exclusive. I think it should be the more obscure type characters. I think Jackal would have been a good exclusive, for instance. But, you know, I don't run a huge company, so what do I know about it? But that's how I feel. Outside of that, the positives are... The aesthetic is great. The paint on the sand is superb. I wish the head could have popped on and off a bit easier as well. I meant to mention that. But the Absorbing Man kind of mold where it is used, it works really well for this character, and it definitely embodies the character of Sandman. I think it looks tremendous. And it's nice to see it in the more traditional, you know, 2 shades of green shirt. So all in all, I think it's a really, really solid effort. And if you're a Sandman fan, or if you wanted a Sandman figure in your Marvel Legends shelf, I can't think of a better one offhand. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.